Hi students, I hope you're all doing great. So today we're going to be going over what the week of April 27th, which is Monday, up until May 1st, which would be a Friday, is going to look like. And we're going to be learning a new skill that's going to help you do your work for that week. Okay, so when you receive your packet, you will have a schedule and it'll tell you what pages to do on what date. And this skill that we will be working on today and learning is going to help you with that. So today, I'm going to be helping you by going over two problems with you. And the first problem is going to be the example on page 2, sharing 12 cookies. And we're going to get started with that. I have my little whiteboards here with me and I already did some work on them, but I'll walk you through it. So the first problem says 3 children share 12 cookies. This skill that we're going to be learning is division, okay? And the problem says 3 children share 12 cookies. So this is what I did. I drew out my 12 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the reason I have these 3 big circles down here, they are going to represent the cookies that each child will get. So I have 3, 1, 2, 3, because the problem says 3 children, which would be these 3 circles, share 12 cookies. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to distribute these cookies up here equally so each child has the same amount. Nobody has more or nobody has less. And the way that I would do it, or that you can do it, you can go up here and take 1 cookie, cross it off and move it into the first circle for the first child. Then you can take the second cookie, cross it off, move it over into the second circle for the second child. You can take a 3rd cookie, cross it off, move it into the 3rd circle for the 3rd child. You can do it one by one, or you can go ahead and skip on and do it by groups of 2 cookies. So this time let's do it by groups of 2 cookies. So I'm going to cross off 2 cookies and I'm going to put those 2 cookies into the circle of the first child. I'm going to go ahead and cross off another 2 cookies and I'm going to put it into the second circle of the second child. 2. I'm going to cross off another set of 2 cookies and I'm going to put it into the circle of the last child. Well, now I look up here and I see, oh, I only have 3 more cookies left. 1, 2, 3. That means I wouldn't be able to go in and take 2 cookies at a time. So now I'm going to slow down and I'm going to take 1 cookie and move it into the circle of the first child. I'll take the second cookie, move it into the circle of the second child, and a 3rd cookie and move it into the circle of the 4th child. You can do this by groups of 2, groups of 3, groups of 1, whatever works for you. And now we can see that all the cookies have been crossed off and each child, let's go back and check each child has the same amount of cookies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This child has 4. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4. This child has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This child has 4. So that means that each child gets 4 cookies. Next, we're going to practice how to write the answer to these division problems 3 different ways. So there's 3 different ways you can write this out as a division problem. The first one reads 12 divided by 3, which our answer would be 4. We already know that based off of the first board that we were working on. The second way reads 3 goes into 12 how many times? 4. And the last one looks like a fraction and it reads 3 goes into 12 again 4 times. Please practice writing the division problem these 3 different ways. So the second problem also deals with 12, and I want you to keep note that this week we're going to practice sharing 12 cookies. So the common number for for the work during this week is going to be 12. We're going to be working with the number 12. So the second problem, which would actually be the first problem on your worksheet, problem 1, reads, 2 children share 12 cookies. So again, I went ahead and I drew out my 12 cookies. I drew out 2 circles for the 2 children. And this time, I'm going to go by groups of 3 with the cookies, and I'm going to distribute them to each child. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to mark off 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'll draw them into the circle of the first child. 1, 2, 3. I'll go ahead and do that again. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw them into the circle of the second child. Again, I see I have enough cookies to do 3 again. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I have the last set of 3 cookies. I'm going to cross it off. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw it into the circle of the second child. 1, 2, 3. You can see I crossed off all the cookies, and if we go in and count, we're going to find out how many cookies each child gets. So the first child gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies. The second child gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies. Notice both children get the same amount of cookies because we are making sure they both get the same amount of cookies. So the next step would be to write out our problem. So again, we're working with the number 12. That's why we have the 12 for 12 cookies, and it was shared or divided amongst 2 children. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. The next way to write it is 2 goes into 12 how many times? Yes, 6. And then the last way that looks like fraction form is 2 goes into 12 again 6 times. Okay, so again, this week this lesson is going to help you get through the whole week because you're just going to be working on ways to share 12 cookies, and then towards the end of the week you're going to be showing what you know based off of this lesson. So feel free to watch this video as many times as you need to, and pause or go back and rewind if you need to practice one of the skills more.